viewers, you're watching Chitaplee News Recap. I'm your anchor Azin Jamir, bringing to you the top stories of the week. Let's have a look at the stories that made it to the headlines. Showcasing a vibrant array of traditional performances by cultural troops, the 26th edition of the Hornbill Festival concluded on December 10 night with Pom and Katie at the Naga Heritage Village in Kisama. The Central GST Commissionerate Police has arrested 2 individuals for allegedly issuing fake invoices without the supply of goods, leading to tax evasion of more than 11 crore. The Union Cabinet approved a substantial rupees 11,718.24 crore on December 12 for conducting the Census of India 2027, heralding the nation's first fully digital census and the first comprehensive caste enumeration since independence. Lionel Messi's tour of India kicked off chaotically in December 13 as fans threw objects, ripped up seats and invaded the pitch at Kolkata's Salt Lake Stadium after the Argentine soccer made only a brief appearance at the ticketed event. And now the news in details. Showcasing a vibrant array of traditional performances by cultural troops, the 26th edition of the Hornbill Festival concluded on December 10 night with Pom and Katie at the Naga Heritage Village in Kisama. The annual Hornbill Festival is also being held in various districts of Nagaland. To draw global attention, 6 countries, Austria, France, Ireland, Malta, Switzerland and the United Kingdom were the partner nations, and Arunachal Pradesh was the state partner for this year's 26th edition of the 10-day Hornbill Festival. Maintaining tradition, the Hornbill Festival was inaugurated on December 1st, coinciding with the 63rd Statehood Day of Nagaland. Deputy Chief Minister T.R. Ziliang, in his festival message, elaborated why Hornbill Festival is cherished as the festival of festivals, as it is a space where traditions, culture and cuisines of the Naga people are proudly showcased and celebrated. Nagaland Tourism and Higher Education Minister and festival host Timchan Imna Along, in his closing address, thanked the visitors, friends, well-wishers and tourists for coming to the Hornbill Festival and had the vibes and experiences of the Naga people. Following the tradition of the Hornbill Festival, the ringing Miss Nagaland 2025 Linoka K. Achume lit the bonfire, marking the closure of the 26th edition of the Hornbill Festival. The Central GST Commissionerate Dimapur has arrested 2 individuals for allegedly issuing fake invoices without the actual supply of goods, leading to tax evasion of more than rupees 11 crore. According to a press note issued, the Anti-Evasion Unit of the Commissionerate found the 2 GST-registered taxpayers, Nazmul Islam and Jamal Ahmed Tapadar, had been issuing fraudulent invoices through firms dealing in pan masala trading. Their declared business premises were found to be non-existent and documents submitted for GST registration were verified to be fabricated. Scrutiny of GST data and return filings revealed outward supplies shown only on paper with no movement of goods. The Commissionerate stated that both individuals had wrongfully passed on fraudulent input tax credit through these fake invoices. Nazmul Ahmed, proprietor of SN Pan Shop, is alleged to have evaded approximately rupees 5 crore in taxes. Jamal Ahmed Tapadar, owner of Chat Pan Shop and controller of Toshini store, is accused of evading around rupees 6.24 crore. Verification of e-way bills related to the firms showed inconsistencies in vehicle numbers, routes and movement patterns, none of which originated from or passed through Dimapur, further indicating that no goods were transported. No financial records were produced to justify the high transaction volumes shown in their GST returns. Both men were arrested in Dimapur on December 11 and produced before the court. Further investigation is underway, the press note stated. Aerial firefighting operations begin today as the wildfire continued to rage in Nagaland's picturesque Sukho Valley for the 3rd consecutive day. Officials said strong winds are fanning the fire and driving the flames towards the Jaffur mountain range, heightening ecological and safety concerns. The fire, which broke out on December 12, initially affected about 1.3 square kilometers of forest area. Authorities said human intervention on the ground remains extremely limited due to steep slopes, dense vegetation and the isolated nature of the area. The affected zone falls under the forest land of Konoma village located west of Kohima. According to officials and village authorities, the wildfire was accidentally triggered by 4 local trekkers who had lit a fire at their campsite. The fire reportedly went out of control when the trekkers left the site to fetch water. The trekkers were later trapped by the spreading flames and were rescued on Saturday by volunteers of the Konoma Youth Organization. They have confessed to igniting the fire, officials said. An aerial survey conducted by the government authorities have revealed extensive damage to large tracts of virgin forest, with the fires spreading in multiple directions. Sources said the aerial assessment was carried out after a drone appraisal could not be undertaken due to the difficult terrain. Volunteers along with police, fire, forest and disaster management personnel are at the spot. Tugu Valley is an ecologically sensitive zone known for its rare flora, alpine meadows and trekking routes. Officials caution that dry vegetation and prevailing weather conditions make the area highly vulnerable to fast-spreading fires. Meanwhile, authorities have urged the public and trekkers to stay away from the area as containment efforts continue and have banned trekking until the fire is fully controlled. The Union Cabinet approved a substantial Rs 11,718.24 crore on December 12 for conducting the Census of India 2027, heralding the nation's first fully digital census and the first comprehensive caste enumeration since independence. This marks a significant shift from the 2019 approval under Prime Minister Narendra Modi, which included Rs 3,941.35 crore, especially for updating the National Population Register alongside Rs 8,754.23 crore for the Census of India 2021, delayed indefinitely by the COVID-19 pandemic. The 2027 exercise, the 16th overall census and 8th since independence, addresses the critical need for updated demographic data after a 6-year gap, with no mention of separate NPR funding this time. It will unfold into distinct phases: the house listing and housing census from April to September 2026, followed by population enumeration starting March 1, 2027, adjusted to October 1, 2026 for snowbound regions including Ladakh, parts of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand. Approximately 30 lakh field functionaries, primarily government school teachers appointed by state administrations, will canvass every household using dedicated Android and iOS mobile applications, feeding data into the real-time census management and monitoring system. This massive operation, dubbed the largest administrative and statistical exercise in the world by the government, also promises to generate around 1.02 crore man-days of employment through the deployment of 18,600 technical personnel over 550 days at local levels. Lionel Messi's tour of India kicked off chaotically on December 13 as fans threw objects, ripped up seats and invaded the pitch at Kolkata's Salt Lake Stadium after the Argentine soccer made only a brief appearance at the decadent event. Director General of West Bengal Police Rajiv Kumar said the event's chief organizer Satadru Datta had been detained by police. Messi was scheduled for a 45-minute visit to the stadium, but his appearance lasted just 20 minutes. Fans in the stadium in the capital of the eastern state of West Bengal threw ripped up seats and other objects onto the field, while several people climbed a fence around the field and hurled objects. Messi is in India as part of a tour during which he is scheduled to attend concerts, youth football clinics and a paddle tournament, and to launch charitable initiatives at events in Kolkata, Hyderabad, Mumbai and New Delhi. Chief Minister of West Bengal, Mamata Banerjee, apologized to Messi and ordered a probe into the incident. She said she was constituting a committee to conduct a detailed inquiry into the incident, assign responsibility and recommend measures to prevent such occurrences in the future. At least 10 people were killed in a shooting near a Jewish gathering at Sydney's Ponty Beach on Sunday evening, Australian police said, as authorities locked down the area amid a suspected bomb threat and warned the public to stay away. According to reports, the police said one alleged shooter was killed at the scene while another one was taken into custody in a critical condition. 9 of the dead were civilians. At least 12 people were injured, including 2 police officers who were among the first responders. Authorities said there was no longer an active shooter threat, but reiterated that the public must avoid Bontey Beach due to the discovery of what they described as an improvised explosive device. The shooting occurred at the northern end of Bontey Beach near the Bontey Park playground. A Januka by the Sea event had been scheduled to take place at the playground from 5 p.m. and had already begun when the incident occurred. The police said they are still investigating the nature and motive of the attack and have not confirmed whether the gathering was the intended target. Well, viewers, that's it for this week's news recap, and for more news like this, you stay connected to Global Window. Good night.